I've just bought my first batch of food for the Pennine Way. I plan on resupplying 4 times on the trail, so I've just got a bit of food here to get me started. I've got some couscous for the evening, got some tuna for protein, snacks. I've tried to get a mix of like dried fruits, a bit of peanutty flavoured savoury snacks, and of course sweet snacks, and I'll have some cakes for breakfast and lunch. So yeah, bit of basic food to get me started. So here goes on the Pennine Way. I just climbed out of Kirk Yetholm, which is the start or the end of the Pennine Way. And yeah, feels good to be here. It's a lot brighter now. When I crossed the border into Scotland, it just got really cloudy and overcast, but it's actually gone quite bright now. I think I can see my trail heading up and into the hills. Yeah, it's not meant to rain, it's meant to be a bit overcast, patchy cloud, which is probably what you want, ideal for hiking weather. And it is quite warm. I think it's about 18 degrees. A lot cooler than it was a few days ago, which was about 30 degrees. But yeah, good start to the hike so far. I can't believe how still and quiet it is. There's practically no wind. There's no one else around. It just feels like me just going for a little walk through the countryside. It's very hot and humid, super sweaty. So quiet, apart from me. It is so warm. I think it's about, considering I'm about 70 meters up, it's about 24 degrees. So still. I'm not using a microphone because it's so still, so I'm hoping the camera's picking me up. But yeah, I really hope I find somewhere decent to wild camp tonight, like flat, no wind, and I just get a serious bit of sleeping done. Yeah, I can't believe how quiet and still it is. I've seen a handful of people obviously going towards the finish or just out for a hike, but yeah, no one's come up from behind, everyone's been going onwards. So warm. Yo, it feels good to have stopped. I didn't want to push it today. I think I started walking about 1:30 and the time now is about 7:30. There's a bit of a cloud front coming in. It's not meant to rain, but yeah, might get a bit damp in the air. But yeah, it's been a good first day so far. It's quite the journey getting here, I got my sister gave me a lift to York Station, where I got a train to Newcastle, and then I got a train to Berwick upon Tweed, and then I got a bus to, I think it's called Gordon, and then I got a bus to Kelso, and then I got another bus to the Start. So it's been quite a journey to get here, but now I'm here. I'm gonna have a chilled evening. I'm just gonna have some food. I found a geocache, so I'm gonna fill this in, and yeah, probably gonna get to bed really early so I can start hiking early and get some miles in. But it's been a really good first day. It has been really warm. It's still quite warm now. I think it's meant to drop to about 15 degrees tonight, but that's still really mild. But yeah, it's been a good day. I get lots of random bits and bobs in geocache boxes. Wow, this has been going quite a while. The oldest date in here is from 2001. And someone was here today from the Netherlands. That's quite cool. Yeah, just going to sit back, have some food. Probably got to get my tent before that cloud rolls in and get some sleep. Good night, guys. Just met a really nice Dutch couple who are doing the Pennine Way. They're nearly finished, probably got another day or so, and they just let me know about the future water sources, because this section is quite dry from so I've heard. I'm approaching the river Croquet, if I'm saying that right, and they said it's quite dry, and yeah, I can see it's dry, but they said there's another water source further on, so that's good to know. But yeah. Yeah, this looks very dry. Just taking a mini break here. I got the water, the very nice Netherlands couple. They were right, just head a bit downstream and you'll get a good source of water. I'm taking a little pit stop here. All I have to do now is follow this wood down into Bryness, and then yeah, that's like the first leg of the Pennine Way done. There is a bovvy somewhere in here. I don't need one at the moment, but I do like to put my head in if it's on the route. It's been a good day so far, can't complain with the weather. That fog all cleared, all that cloud. Really don't want to put my feet back into my wet socks and then my wet shoes. Normally I swap some socks out and they kind of dry throughout the day, and then I hang the wet ones on them on my bag, and then come the evening or tomorrow morning they're normally dry. But yeah, the long grass was quite wet, so my feet and shoes are now wet. Well, my feet are now dry, but I'm going to put them back into my shoes, which are wet. But so be it. But yeah, had a quick pit stop. I'm going to hike on down into Bryness. But yeah, it's been a good start to the Pennine Way. I don't know if you can hear me above the water, but I just had a little bath down in that water. It's so warm. I did spot a waterfall on the way into town. I think it's quite a popular dog walk, so I saw this and decided to hop right in. But that did the job. I think I'm about a couple of miles outside of Bellingham, so I'm gonna hike on. I might get a few more snacks, and I might resupply in Alston, which is a couple of days hike afterwards. But yeah, that felt like a really good dip. I love wild swimming when it's hot like this. I normally don't camp this early, but I found a really nice spot. There's a bit of sheep poo, but it's kind of inevitable in the countryside. But yeah, it's a lovely flat piece of grassland underneath some pine trees, and they smell beautiful, like when you have pine that's been like sitting in the sun and they got that kind of like really sweet pine smell coming off them. There's hardly any wind. There's a little river just down there. There is a farm just over the ways, but hopefully they shouldn't be coming out this far. But yeah, it's been a really good day. It's been quite a long hot one. I'm ready for bed. A part of me is like, it was debating about pushing on into Bellingham, which is about less than an hour's walk, but the time now is about 5:30, so it is a bit early for me to be breaking camp. But and if I did push on into Bellingham, it'd be an hour's walk into town, get the resupply, then hike on out, and by the time I'd done that, I'll probably be looking at 8 o'clock. And yeah, I think I'm gonna try and enjoy this evening. It's been a long hot day. I'm glad I had a shower or a little bath about a few miles back. I'm just gonna have some food and relax, get my tent out because that's still a bit wet from this morning, and enjoy the evening. It's meant to be a clear night. Mist is meant to come back in, so we'll see if this offers much cover to protect it against getting super wet in the morning. And yeah, the shop opens at about 7, so I'll probably start hiking about 5:30 and have a leisurely walk down into the village, get resupply, and then hike on out and go from there. But no, it's been a good day. Feeling it a bit. I'm not sure how far I've hiked. I know between the start and to Bellingham it's about 43 miles, so I think I've covered in theory about 42 miles so far, which isn't bad for a day and a half, I'd say. Yeah, I'm going to sleep so well tonight. What's the time? Woo! Good morning. It's nearly 5:30. I guess this is day 3 on the Pennine Way. I've just packed down. I had a bit of a lie-in this morning. I'm very close to Bellingham, and that's where I'll resupply. The shop's meant to open at about 7. It is Sunday, so I hope Google Maps is accurate. If not, I'll probably just hike on until I get to Alston, because I do have quite a bit of food to get me there. I can see all the mist down in the valley. I'll try and get a good shot of it in a bit. But I thought this would have been covered in mist, but it's still a lovely bright morning. Slept really well under these pine trees. It was like nice and still, calm. It's not really nice. And another camper came by. He's gone now. He's called Neil, and he's going northbound. So yeah, I had a nice chat to him, and he just set off about half an hour ago. and I'm going to do the same. But yeah, I probably can't be asked to rate all my wild camps on this trail, but I'd probably say that was a 10 out of 10 just because I slept well, it was flat, it was dry, still loving, smelt nice under the pine trees. But yeah, I'm going to try and get a shot of that cloud, but so let's see what Bellingham's like. Last night where I was wild camped, Neil asked me a question. He asked me why do I do this, and I guess on the spot I just didn't really have a good answer, but I think I wild camp for moments like this because I love getting up super early and it kind of feels like you're the only person awake and you get to see scenes like this. I don't think my camera can pick it up very well, but it kind of feels like I'm the only person around for miles that's awake. It's just me and all the wildlife. You. I bet that feels amazing in the middle of the day. It's still quite early, so I'm going to wait somewhere else to have my lunch, but I would have loved to have found this about mid-afternoon yesterday. I may or may not have just eaten 3 yum yums in a row. That should give me a boost. I haven't seen any other hikers walking yet. There's a bit of a breeze and I can see the turbines turning in the distance, so that's good. And I'm currently en route to a pine forest that's going to offer me some shade because it's starting to heat up a bit now. That's better. I've been like looking out for this reservoir lake for the past hour or so. Looks a bit muddy, but I don't care. I'm gonna start my couscous rehydrating, go for a refreshing swim, and then eat my lunch and cool down. It's been a super long day. I've gotten about 24 miles, so not a great deal. But as I'm coming to learn with the Pennine Way, it's a lot of up. You're either going up or you're going down. It's about 10 to 8, so I'm going to hit the hay. I've been following the Hadrian's Wall today, which has been fun. Bit of a culture shock, because it's just you on the hiking trail, you meet a few hikers. But then suddenly all these tourists come out of nowhere, so that was quite a lot of people. But I saw a red squirrel. But I'm gonna call it a night here, and I'll see you guys in the morning. So yeah, good night. Good morning. I have just left, I'm just skirting the outskirts of Greenhead. She slept quite well. She's actually really nice sleeping under that kind of canopy of trees, though it does make it a lot darker and then harder to get up in the morning. But I was on the road by about 5:30, so not too bad. Just put on a pair of dry socks, which feels amazing. I'm currently following the Pennine Journey Trail. My guidebook suggested this is an alternative you can do, and it obviously goes the same way as the Pennine Way. You just follow it all the way to Alston, and I like abandoned railway tracks, so I thought I'd give it a follow. just resupplied in Alston. I didn't need much, but I thought I'd get a top up, and I think it's a Taxaco slash spa. It's actually really good, so if anyone's looking for a resupply spot on the trail, it had a bit of everything. I'm debating whether to sleep in Greg's bovvy. I've never slept in a bovvy before just because I've just never really got round to it, but I am quite intrigued and I would like to stay in it tonight. I think it's about 15 kilometres away. Time's about 2 o'clock, so I should get there for bedtime-ish. Come on alternative route from Alston. Meant to come through, I think it's Gerrick, but I noticed there was a kind of slight detour, so I've come through this field and that way, and it'll join the path very shortly. But then I noticed this very lovely flat bit and I thought I'd lay down here for a break, give my feet a rest. Got a few blisters but it's not too bad, but I am moving quite slowly. I met a lady at the Alston spa and she got chatting to me. Her husband hikes and she asked how far I was going and which way I was going, and she says southbounding is the better way, so that's good. I think got quite a lot of climbing to get to Greg's hut, but that's okay. My map says I'll be there in 2 hours, but I think it's been optimistic, but we'll see. I'm just gonna have a bit of a breather now, have a little drink, take on some food, and then yeah, just hike the rest of the way. I'll give my feet a bit of a breather. Yeah. So the time's just gone 7 PM. I'm really close to the hut, but I cannot see it yet. It's one of those, I think it's, you know, when you're going up a hill or a mountain and you keep thinking you're getting to the top, but you keep finding false summits. I keep rounding corners expecting to see it, but there's just another corner, then another corner. More sheep, but no hut. Ugh. Hopefully it should be round this next corner. We shall see.